like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
Hello and welcome back to Matchday Live, streaming on X, YouTube, Facebook and Town TV. Proudly brought to you by our headline digital partner, Fleximize, the UK's award-winning lender offering fast, flexible business loans. Today, Ipswich Town take on Blackburn Rovers at Portman Road as the Blues continue their push for championship promotion. Town are unbeaten in their last 9 home league games against Blackburn, but can Kieran McKenna's side make it 10? Coming up on the show, we'll bring you the FA Cup highlights from our victory over Blackpool, including a special focus on defender Jacob Greaves. We'll take a look back at today's reverse fixture, break down the team lineups, dive into all the key stats and enjoy a memorable throwback featuring one of today's guests. And as always, we want you to get involved wherever you're watching. Send us your thoughts and predictions in the live chat or get in touch using the hashtag TownTV for the chance to be featured on the show. Well, good morning. Rise and shine. Ipswich Town are playing at Portman Road against Blackburn Rovers. And I'm delighted to be joined up here in the gantry by 2 former Blues and Town TV regulars, James Scowcroft and Adam Tanner. Guys, it's been a while. How have you been?
Very good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Adam?
Good.
It's been a while, mate.
Yeah, all good, James. Yeah, nice to see you again.
We're back in championship action this afternoon. It feels like we haven't played for a while. It's been 2 weeks. How good is it to get back to playing back in the division that we're trying to get promoted out of?
Yeah, 100% back to continue our good form. You know, we're in a good position. So vitally important we have a good performance and 3 points today.
Sco, are you a fan of the 12:30 kickoffs in the championship?
Not really, I prefer 3. Always have done, yeah, a little bit. No, it's good. I think we've got back-to-back home games now, haven't we? So good result in the FA Cup last week. So everything to play for is, you know, the league is really hotting up now, and we're in the mix. So huge.
Normally, out of the 12:30 kickoff means you can get one over on your opponents in the division. But obviously, last night Middlesbrough got the 3 points that they needed. So there's a little gap between second and third now. But obviously, we've got the 2 games in hand. But a good chance for the boys to go out there today and go and get those vital 3 points.
Yeah, I think we just need to take care of ourselves at this stage of the season. We know, like, Coventry are up there, Middlesbrough are fighting for this second automatic. I'm quietly confident that we'll get there in the end, but building on a good performance and 3 points today will be vital.
Yeah, a place in the FA Cup 4th round was up for grabs last weekend, and Town ensured their name was in the hat with a comfortable 2-1 victory over League One side Blackpool.
As Ipswich Town enter the 145th edition of the world's oldest cup competition today, as the 1978 FA Cup winners host Blackpool. Lee Evans over the ball, the whistle blows, and the FA Cup 3rd round is underway. A right arm will deliver from the near side, and it comes towards Kipré, who rises, and it's saved by Peacock Farrell. Finds Ashley Young. Now where's Burns, crossing position right side. Burns dinking it in towards Akpom, allowing Hamilton to run onto this ball, and Hamilton might be away from Ashley Young, and I imagine Ashley Young is going to be shown a yellow card here because he's up against Ashley Young, who's on a booking. Morgan just trying to help it back into Hamilton. Hamilton cuts it back, and it's a chance for Danny Imre, and Greaves with the block. Clark spins away from Fletcher, approaches the penalty area, central position. Johnson onto Philogene, back of the net, 1-0. Jayden Philogene with a typical Jayden Philogene finish underneath it, and he's given it straight to Jack Clark, and Ipswich are going to burst forward here with numbers 4 against 4 currently. Clark through to Akpom inside the penalty area, saved by Peacock Farrell. 200th game in charge of Ipswich Town, but Hamilton might cause problems here. Young has to be alert, he's on a yellow card. Hamilton with the effort on goal from inside the box. Lee Evans in midfield, can't find Fletcher. Here's Taylor, 30 yards out. Taylor doesn't pick anyone out with the cross. Fletcher has won the flick on here. Hamilton is into the penalty area, up against Young once more. Hamilton trying to deliver it back, drops for Fletcher and it's blocked. Currently at Blackpool, in comes the corner from this near side, taken by Young, and it's Jacob Greaves with the header that will send Ipswich surely into the 4th round. Banks away from Matasiwa into the penalty area. Greaves with the challenge. He's just got a toe on the ball, has he? No, he hasn't. Comes up to the ball now, and it's into the back of the net. I guess the pen would have took a minute, so. Ipswich celebrate Kieran McKenna's 200th game in charge by moving into the 4th round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, good result for the Blues at home in the FA Cup, which sets up that tie against Wrexham. That's going to be a tasty affair. Adam, when I was watching that game, it looked like a professional performance from the boys. Never really looked under too much threat, but when you make so many changes, you need to go out and produce.
Yeah, we did. I mean, I thought the team was probably stronger than expected, but with the Portsmouth game being called off, I expect Kieran didn't want to leave too long for a lot of the players, but this just highlights the strength of the squad. Continuity, momentum is vital, and a 3-0 victory is very good.
Yeah, Scoey, Adam mentioned it there, the depth in the squad. The FA Cup could be a good tool for some of these players to get extra minutes, so it's a competition that we want to stay in because those minutes are so valuable.
100%, and it's a winning culture as well. I think, you talk about performances, the FA Cup's all about getting into the next round of the draw, really, which we've done, and Wrexham away is tough, but it's winnable as well. So I think a cup run for this football club would be, just one big positive.
They're the kind of games that you can come unstuck in, but thankfully Town passed with flying colours. Let's have a look at the goals again from that game against Blackpool. Adam, we were watching the highlights from that game, and you were speaking about Jayden Philogene. Does he score any other type of goal? He's been sensational all season, hasn't he? Yeah,
I mean, it's just phenomenal. He's got so much natural ability, and defenders, that have done their homework, don't let him cut inside. But saying it and doing it is two different things. It's a brilliant build-up play, lovely little weighted pass from Ben Johnson there. Doesn't need inviting twice, and he's just bent it in the far corner. I don't think once the ball falls at his feet, I don't think anyone expects anything else at the moment.
Yeah, Scott, it's hard to tell defenders how to defend against a player with Jayden Philogene's skill, because he can go inside or he can even go on the outside sometimes.
Yeah, well, Blackpool haven't done too much wrong there. You want to show the ball, push the ball away from goal. I think Johnson deserves a bit of credit as well, because the weight of the pass is really, really good, and he knows that if he can just put that in his air, and he opens his body up so well, doesn't he? So he's done it so many times.
The goal scored by Jacob Greaves. We're going to touch on him a little bit more very shortly, but a vital goal. You want that second goal. Kieran said it in his presser afterwards. The goal coming in the 87th minute. Ideally, that goal would have come a little bit earlier just to settle it all. But Town were never really under too much threat. But a great goal for Jacob Greaves there.
Yeah, I mean, he's not been playing as regularly as he probably would have liked, and he had a good performance in the league previously and at left back, but he's coming in his natural position, and a goal is always good for the confidence for any player. But he's a vital part of a very, very strong squad.
Gives Kieran a headache, doesn't it, when players are performing well in games?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest challenge at the club. We have got a very good, very strong squad, so keeping them all fit, keeping them all happy is going to be a challenge. But I think Greaves deserves a lot of credit. I think he's been patient. He's come in, not his natural position, but he's applied himself really well.
Elkan Baggott came on in that game as well. I feel sorry for you there, because I was looking at some of the replays, and I'm not being biased here because we're all supporting the Town, but I did think he got a little touch on that ball, but nonetheless it was probably a little bit too late anyway for Blackpool, with Ashley Fletcher polishing off a good penalty here that Alex Palmer almost got a hand to. A good time for him as well. Alex Palmer, disappointed probably not to get the clean sheet, but ultimately for him it was getting that game time coming back from that injury.
It will be. Keepers thrive on the clean sheets. They're passionate about that. But Alex was the number one. Unfortunately got injured. But Christian's come in. He's holds the shirt at the moment, and it's up to Alex to get that back off him. But I think he had a steady game. Probably wasn't under that much threat. But overall, he could be pleased with his performance.
Well, we touched on it there. We're going to have a look at Jacob Greaves' performance in a little bit more detail. We're just going to show those clips now. This is what you want to see from defenders, Scoey, putting your body on the line when it really matters, because that was a big chance at 0-0 for Blackpool. Yeah, if that goes in, it could be a different story.
Yeah, that's it's almost a natural instinct from him. It's there as well, but it's almost as good as a goal, because if he doesn't block that, they probably do score.
It was a man of the match performance awarded by the Matchday sponsors for Jacob Greaves. And another one here, Adam, you'll like that. You'll like seeing the defenders putting the body on the line, sometimes getting hit where it hurts every now and again, but he's putting a really solid performance in that FA Cup match.
Yeah, as Scully said, you know, for a defender, that is just as important as a goal. You know what I mean? They're putting their body on the line, like the warrior type of defender. Don't mind getting hurt, you know, don't mind getting a ball in the face or a boot in the face. You know, they're the sort of people that the managers like and they can rely on.
We've got the depth in the squad in every position on the pitch. But as we come into the second half of the season, it's going to get much busier, plenty more games. We've got the cold weather and everything like that. How much will Jacob's versatility play a huge part in getting him minutes as well? Because we know that if we have a problem at left back, he can slot in if Leif Davis has got a knock, but he can also play that left-handed side of defence.
Listen, these boys will train very hard, especially if they don't do the 90 minutes, but you can't replicate playing games. You know, Adam will tell you, if you can get a run of games under your belt, that's what gets you up to your best form, really. So it's good, and I think it's good that we have the cup run as well, that these lads can, all get involved and all play, because you never know, one injury and then someone could be in for the rest of the season. Things can change very, very quickly.
They can indeed. Right, let's park the FA Cup for a little while. We can look forward to that game against Wrexham. Today is all about the Championship. We haven't played for 2 weeks. Obviously, we had that postponement against Portsmouth. The last game was against Oxford. We're going to remind you of the goals now from that game. But what I've taken from our performances of late, Adam, is that we've been really good at home, unbeaten since that defeat against Charlton in October. But again, it's Jayden down that left-hand side. It's almost a carbon copy.
Yeah, I mean, we've probably so many highlights of him doing that, but yeah, it does seem a long time ago, but our home form has been very good of late. So it's vital that we do continue that today, regardless of the opposition. We'll be strong favourites here all season. So yeah, to get the victory against Oxford was good. We need to build on that today to keep the pressure on the pack around us.
You boys have played in front of a packed out crowd here at Portman Road. Just firstly, how special is it and how effective can it be when the players are putting in decent performances and you're getting that love and support from everyone inside the ground, Scully?
Yeah, it's huge. We were both lucky that we played in an era and a team where we were going for promotion all the time and trying to get into that top two, or if not the playoffs. And the supporters come with you. It's that journey that everybody's on, and you can feel the excitement building here now. There's so much to play for. Yeah,
there's so much to play for in the Championship. And what have you made of Town's performances sort of so far this season? We sort of slightly touched on it off air. We were chatting about that it was always going to take time. It was a bit of a process. We weren't just going to come back into this division and just walk it, but we're starting to see a good rhythm and continuity in this Ipswich Town side.
Yeah, I mean, the Championship's a really brutal league, and it's sort of cutthroat. There's sort of no easy games. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but there's not. When we came in 2 or 3 years ago, we came straight up. So maybe there's a conception that we could do the same. It was always going to be a tough league for us this season. We've got a target on our backs because of coming down from the Premier League. So every player and every team will raise their game against us. But we haven't probably hit the heights we'd expect, but we're third in the league. So all too good to play for.
Absolutely. We had a good December as well, and Kieran McKenna and everyone at the football club picked up that Manager of the Month award, which he dedicated to all the staff and everyone around him, but an award that was definitely deserved for Kieran and the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's a good month. These are key months now where, no international breaks. It's 2 games a week coming up at the moment, so form at this time of year is crucial, and we've just hit it right at the right time.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant season, and long may that continue. Right, have you ever wondered which players Sinjot Waller-Egley considers to be the greatest in the game? Well, fear not, we're about to find out, because he's picked his football Mount Rushmore iconic figures.
The first one, Daniel Sturridge. Just really like him as a player. He was brilliant. Second, Arjen Robben, cut inside, curl it, look up to him. Third one, probably Robin van Persie. Even though I support Liverpool or supported, and he was United player, I really liked him as a player. And then the last one, John Arne Riise. I think, Norwegian legend, played in the Premier League, and yeah, a cool guy as well.
A very interesting choice there from Sindra. I think the one that stuck out for me was Daniel Sturridge. I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. He's got a great celebration, but you know, of all the players out there, Daniel Sturridge has made his Mount Rushmore iconic four. One thing I've noted, they're all left-footers.
Yeah.
Which one of those players do you think sort of best resembles what we're sort of seeing from Sindra?
I would probably go with Robin. Really, you know, sort of Robin when he was at his best at Chelsea and Real Madrid, he sort of played on that right, cutting in. So yeah, that if you're looking for a similar player on that four, yeah, it'd be Robin.
He's got that, hasn't he, Sindra? That sort of low gravity. He's neat and tidy with the ball, and he looks like he can make something happen, which those players could all do.
Yeah, they're all very good players, you know, all similar, like you say, left footers can come inside, but yeah, Adam's right. I think Robin could do a little bit more, you know, he could run, drive with the ball, so he's probably the best out of the lot.
Well, if he's anything like Iron Robin, we've got a real player on our hands. Right, I guess you know what's coming next, guys. You were briefed by producer Jess before you came on the show. We want you to pick your football Mount Rushmore greatest players in the game. Adam, I'll come to you first because I think you've got your four selected.
Yeah, this is playing, not nights out, yeah?
That's a different show.
Okay, right, so I'm going, mixed bag, Glenn Hoddle, my hero growing up, iconic player, lucky to play against him as well. Maradona, absolutely phenomenal player.
Good on a night out.
Good, probably, yeah.
Not as good as him, but good.
I'm going Harry Kane, because I think he's the best all-round centre-forward England have ever had. And lastly, bringing it back close to home, John Walk. Absolute legend.
Brilliant.
Lucky to play with him, and yeah, he was an absolute phenomenal player. Johnny Walk.
Scully?
I'm going to go with Maradona as well. Sort of being an 80s child as well, Maradona was phenomenal that time. I'm going to go Brian Robson as an English player as well, was fantastic. And come closer to home, a footballer me and Adam both know really well. I used to look up to him quite a bit, Jason Dezelle. And finally I'm going to go Bobby Robson.
Brilliant. Fantastic four indeed. Now, do you remember, Adam, what happened this week back in 1995?
Wrexham away, sliding tackle.
No?
Scary mentioned that earlier.
No, that's not what happened. Any clues before I show you the VT?
I think I know, yeah.
Yeah? Go on.
Anfield.
Anfield, away. Adam Tanner produced this stunning goal.
I've never seen this before.
You haven't seen it? I bet you've got this on repeat at home.
It was a good little header
on
there.
DVD, or was it VHS back then?
Yeah,
Is that probably what it was?
Betamax.
At least it's in
Why are you in
colour.
a centre forward role?
I'm playing this is where I invented the number 10 hybrid.
Adam, talk to us about this, because that's a great first touch, and
Yeah.
you don't save those. Talk us through that goal and what it sort of meant to you scoring at Anfield.
Yeah, I mean, look, I can remember we took a battering that day, let's be honest about it. But no, the goal, I mean, Sedge has put the ball in. I don't think he's meaning it for me. I've taken a first touch into my strike. I mean, I barely stand on my left foot. And then the three of them have come round and I've hit it. It's just one of them once in a lifetime strikes with my left foot. Absolutely unbelievable, yeah. And I'm really proud, you know what I mean? It's one of them. That was my third game. And yeah, really, really proud of that.
Well, the fans certainly enjoyed that goal, but how are they feeling about today's game against Blackburn Rovers? The most energetic man at the football club, Dave Vant, has been out in the fan zone to get their thoughts ahead of the game.
We've got two more Town fans here. What's your names, please, guys?
Phil.
Phil?
Wyatt.
Okay, here we go. What is your pre-match ritual? What did you get up to on the day of a match day before the game?
It depends if it's a lunchtime kick-off like today.
Yeah.
So today is very much get the dog out early and try and get all your jobs done. But usually we sort of meander we get the train from Dis.
Okay.
Come into town nice and early, meet up with the boys, have a few drinks or a plate of chips for the boy.
Yeah, love that.
And then we head off into the fan zone for about an hour beforehand, soak it all up.
Always come in the fan zone, enjoy the atmosphere in here?
Yeah, always.
Superb. What do you think the score's going to be today, mate?
3-1 Town.
3-1 to Town. Who's going to score the goals?
Let's go for a Philogene hat-trick.
Philogene hat-trick. We'd love to see that, Gully. I know you would as well. Thanks so much for speaking with us on Town TV, guys. Up at Town. Right. Will, we've got something really interesting going on in the fan zone. We love a conversation with a food vendor. Now, I don't know if it's the influence of Spud Bros or Spudman, but we've got the Spud Box in the fan zone. Check this out. New edition, potatoes with all these different toppings that you can have. Coleslaw and cheese, chili con carne, honey tikka masala. Let's meet the team behind Spud Box. What's your names, please, guys? Luke.
Zoe.
First of all, welcome to the fan zone. You excited to be here?
Yes, mate, of course. Yeah.
Super. Just give us an idea of what made you think about going behind this business. Was it the influence of the Spudman, the Spud Bros, or is it something you've always been passionate about?
Always been passionate, mate. Yeah, it's in the family, like, sort of thing, you know. So yeah, it's all good fun. And Spudman, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
He gets everyone going, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, look, I'm so excited. I can't even speak. I'm so excited to get my mouth around one of these jacket potatoes. Town fans, come down to the fan zone, see Spud Box. Thanks so much, guys. Best luck. Hope you're busy today. Okay, Curly, we've had some pre-match rituals. I'm now hungry, so I'm going to jump off. My score prediction: 3-1. To the Town. Here we go. Curly, back to you in the gantry. Upper Town, upper crazy. Here we go.
Thank you, Dave. If I wasn't full up on macaroni and cheese, hash browns and Caesar salad, I'd definitely go and grab a Spud Box. Right, the Town fans are predicting a home win, but when the two teams last met in December, we had to settle for a 1-1 draw.
He does now get us underway. Blackburn kicking from right to left in this first half. It's an early touch for Ainsley Pears, and Darragh O'Shea is rising at the back, heading away. Kipre back to McLaughlin. Now Gudjonsson. Chance to run at O'Shea. Instead, he's playing the ball out to the right side for Alabiosu. Alabiosu delivering in towards Gudjonsson, who had a free header around the penalty spot, heads it down as Nunez moves away from Tavares. Here's Matasiwa. Matasiwa, neat play. Cayusta just prods that to Leif Davis, 35 yards from Ainsley Pears' goal. Here's Jack Clark left side. Kipre joining the attack, and he's tried to dance away from Tavares on his left foot, and Pears has to make a smart save. As this corner kick is taken again towards the back post, there's the header low, and I think it's Walton down at his near post making the save. Again, strapping on that right knee as he prepares to take this corner from the far side. In it comes from Cantwell towards the front post, where George Pratt is rising, and then it's turned home by Andre Gudjonsson. Now O'Shea. Long ball sent forward towards Davis. Davis inside the penalty area. Cayusta, here's Philogene inside the box. It drops for Jack Clark. Is this a chance? Waller-Egley! Finds the bottom corner and equalises for Ipswich Town. Right to the death. It's heartbreak for Blackburn, who feel in truth that they've won this fixture twice. But Sindra Waller-Egley strides onto it, places it perfectly in the corner, and somehow it's Blackburn 1, Ipswich 1.
Our Norwegian star grabbing us a late point at Ewood Park. Those goals, when they go in at that time in a match, there's something a little bit extra special, even though it was only a point. But as long as you're on the right end of them, they can really lift the club, can't they?
Yeah, they can. I mean, that showed a lot of fight, a lot of character there. We're going right to the end, and a lot of composure there. That goal was 3 or 4 passes in the box. No one panicked. A nice pass from Jack Clark, and similar to Jaden's one here, it's good pace, and Sindre just passed it into the bottom corner.
You feel like we're playing Blackburn today on a much better position in terms of the momentum that we've sort of got. 16 points since that 1-1 draw. Do you think that's what's going to get us over the line today and get us those 3 points?
Yeah, and I think the 2 games, the one that was called off and the game there, have been really tough games for us. And I think our biggest problem now is a lot of teams will come, look at us, we're probably the favourites in the league, and play a lot of respect, a lot more respect than what happened 2 years ago. So I expect Blackburn to come and get behind the ball and make it very tough for us. So, like I say, Adam mentioned a couple of times, that composure around the box, not to rush it, just take your time. You haven't got to score in the first minute.
we've got plenty of attacking options, but an interesting stat that came out this week was that Azor Matasiwa has got the most interceptions in the Championship this season. I think that just highlights what an incredible start to his life as an Ipswich Town player has been this season.
Yeah, definitely, and I think the fans now are appreciating the job he does. I know within the dressing room the lads definitely will. Probably a lot of the dirty work he gets involved. I mean, me and Scubby played with a guy called George Williams, and he was very similar, breaking the play up, goes unnoticed. But he's been pivotal to everything we've done good this season on the defensive side.
With the physicality that he presents as well, Kieran said in his presser about he expects Blackburn to come out today and be that physical. When you've got someone like Azor and the rest of the team that can put it about a bit, that can only be a beneficiary to this Ipswich Town side moving forward.
Yeah, it's two sides of the game, isn't it? One when we got the ball, but when we haven't got the ball, it's equally important. And like you say, those interceptions, regaining possession as quickly as we can, you know, it really helps to get our attacking players back on the ball as soon as possible.
And a big afternoon for Christian Walton. Again, the gaffer said he's going to have a lot more time on the ball. He's always starting those breaks that we make. How impressed have you been with his performances since he's come back in following the injury to Alex Palmer?
Yeah, very impressed. I mean, probably Christian, by his own admission, when he came probably 5-10 years ago, wouldn't expect he'd be starting attacks out from the back. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't a thing. But keepers now are expected to be as comfortable on the ball as the outfield players, and he's adapting to that. You can see. I think the thing with Christian, he makes decisions. If he's not comfortable, he won't play. So yeah, and that's the way Kieran wants to play. I know it frustrates people at times, but Kieran's not the only manager that plays this way, and Kieran's had success, so we'll go with it.
I touched upon it at the start of the show, referring to the result last night where Middlesbrough beat West Brom away 3-2. Psychologically, how important is it for the players to close that gap back to 2 points, I think it is, with that game in hand?
Well, I mean, you just got to win games of football. That's how it is. You know, look, we all look at the league, and everybody does, even in August. But I think the three teams, Coventry, Middlesbrough, Ipswich, I say all three of them have it in their own hands. You know, it's whoever can go on the best run, pick the most form up from now to the end of the season will do it. I think just worry about ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Worry about yourselves and let everything else take care. Right, ahead of this game, you may not have known some interesting facts about Ipswich Town versus Blackburn Rovers. So recently I spent some time here at the ground to give you a better insight of today's matchup. We've played Blackburn Rovers 58 times in all competitions, in a variety of different weather conditions. Rovers have won 17, there have been 19 draws, but Town have won 22. Ipswich signed Sam Schmodix from Blackburn Rovers ahead of the Premier League season. The forward netted 27 league goals for Rovers, winning him the Golden Boot Award. But where does he keep the trophy?
I keep my golden boot that I'm very proud of in a media wall with all my other personal accolades in my front room.
Cheers, Sammy. Two Town players have scored hat-tricks in this fixture. John Walk in 1983 and Kevin Wilson in 1987. The last time Blackburn Rovers visited the wonderful Portman Road, we were treated to a 7-goal thriller where Massimo Luongo scored the winner. Come on, you Blues. Yes, come on, you Blues, indeed. I'd just like to reiterate that I don't come to work with two outfit changes there. That was filmed a few weeks ago. James Anadakis might turn up with a few different outfit selections, but James, we miss you. I know you're doing some great stuff over in Australia. We look forward to welcoming you back on Town TV very soon. Right, enough about fashion. Let's get into the Ipswich Town starting 11, taking on Blackburn Rovers this afternoon in the Championship. Well, it's a welcome return for George Hurst, who goes straight back into the starting lineup following that recent groin injury. Christian Walton starts in goal for the Blues with the back four of Darnell Furlong, Dara O'Shea, Cedric Kipre and Leif Davis. Azor Matasiwa and Jack Taylor start in midfield with Sindrawalla Egley, Jaden Philogene and George Hurst up top with the front three. A good afternoon for George to come straight back into the side. I wasn't sure whether Kieran was going to put him back in, but obviously that injury must have healed up better than expected, and he's ready to go from the start. Yeah, he obviously is. I mean, I noticed there's no Akpom on the bench, so I don't know if he's carrying an injury, and maybe the hand was false. But no, George, you know, hasn't been out too long, so you know, fitness-wise, he should be okay, and hopefully, yeah. I mean, he gives us that pivotal and physical presence up front, so yeah, it's good to see him back. Yeah, Scully as an attacking player, it's nice to see George back on the pitch, and he'll want to sort of kickstart his season again. It's been a bit hit and miss, pardon the pun, as it were, in front of goal, but he's got all the abilities to score goals in the Championship, and no doubt we'll see him get into those double figures.
Yeah, definitely. You know, he's an important player from now to the end of the season. You want to see somebody, you know, a goal will do him good coming back. He's, you know, had his injury little problems, but no, I think it's great to see him back, great to see him start as well.
Yeah, we've got Marcelino Nunez operating in that Adam Tanner 10 role that he created all those years ago at Anfield. Another player that came in with a huge profile from where he came from, but he's really made that 10 role his own, and he's so creative on the ball, set pieces as well. He's a real threat.
Yes, he is. I mean, he came with a big fanfare, obviously coming from Norwich, and early performances, you know, he sort of wasn't getting a regular game, but Kieran then pushed him into the 10, and I think out of anyone who's played there this season, he's made that position his own. He's very creative. He does look for the killer pass, but yeah, obviously the more he plays, the better and the more confident he's getting.
We've spoken on Town TV about the depth of the squad. We do it quite a lot, but consistency as well is something that we've mentioned. Not that long ago, maybe before Christmas, we were talking about 5 changes, 6 changes. We feel like we've got some consistency and fluidity throughout this team, especially with the back four. They've been solid throughout.
Yeah, I think the 2 centre-backs have got a really good pairing to go together, and I think the 2 lads that sit in front of them as well, I think that's a very consistent area of the football pitch for us. So, and we've got the talent up front, so today I think it's just all about being patient and just trying to get that first goal.
Yeah, hopefully that first goal comes very soon into the game, but if it doesn't and we need to make some substitutions, we've got plenty of those as well. So let's have a look at the lads who are starting today's game on the bench. First name again that pops up for me there, Wes Burns, who started a game against Blackpool. Great to see him get those minutes in, and I feel when he has played in these games, he's come on with a real purpose. Obviously, it'll mean a lot to him to get back out there and start performing in front of these home fans.
Of course, I mean, he's been out for a year now, and you know, to get back and to come on and score a goal away, and then he played last week. But you look at that bench is just so strong. You know, most of them would be starters in the majority of the top half Championship teams. So Kieran does utilise his bench very well and regularly. So you know, there'll be 4 or 5 changes, and you know, you can be bringing on the likes of Clark, Schmodix potentially, Kajust and Burns. You know what I mean? It's a phenomenal squad.
When Jens Kajust came back, probably a lot of Town fans thought that he would be one of the first names on the sheet, but he's having a real impact as well, coming from the bench. But it just shows as well what Jack Taylor's been doing, and Azul Matasiwa, that I say it every week, we're blessed in that middle of the park. We've got 3 players there that would start in any team in the Championship.
Yeah, some of them might even get into some Premier League squads as well. Jens Kajus is a quality footballer. You know, he's played Champions League for Napoli, so yeah, it's great. The bench is very, very strong, and I think this is probably where we have an advantage over most other teams here, that we can. There's game changers on that bench.
One of those game changers is definitely Sam Schmodix, who would want to come on against his old side and make a real statement of intent of why he came to Ipswich Town.
Yeah, I mean, he had a season of a lifetime there, you know, 27 goals. So it was the reason we splashed out the money to buy him. He's been frustrating time here, really, with injury and illness. So he'd be keen to get on and show his real true worth.
OK, that is your Ipswich Town starting 11. Now, to look at today's opponents, Blackburn Rovers, we have the brilliant Glenn Wheeler.
Yeah, thank you, Curly. Well, Blackburn boss Valérien Ismaël has made 5 changes to the 11 that started last weekend's penalty shootout FA Cup defeat at Hull City last weekend, as he patches together a rather makeshift lineup. The visitors are without 10 senior players for their trip to Suffolk, including top scorer Andre Gudjonsson. Goalkeeper Ainsley Pears is also out with a wrist injury, meaning that Balázs Toth does continue in between the sticks. The Hungarian will be protected by a back 5 that features 19-year-old Tom Aitchison and Aaron Cashin, who makes his league debut for Rovers following his loan move from Brighton. Valérien Ismaël's midfield includes Moussa Baraji, whose brace against Charlton are the only 2 goals that Blackburn have scored in their last 5 games in all competitions. Former Norwich City man Todd Cantwell will captain the side whilst playing behind a partnership of Axel Henriksen and Yuki Ohashi. Meanwhile, the bench features Blackburn's newest signing, Matthias Jorgensen, who joined the club from Bodo Glimt on Thursday.
Great work as always, Glenn. Now, before you go, I have got a very quick question for you. The guys did their football Mount Rushmore iconic figures, but for you, I'm going to say, who are your top 4 football commentators on your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I've had some time to think about this. I can think of 3 for certain, which would be Peter Drury, Darren Fletcher, Barry Davis. And then, yeah, the next one, undecided on that. I've got 3. Mount Rushmore incomplete as of yet.
Well, I'll chuck Martin Tyler in there for you, but soon to be Glenn Wheeler.
Yeah, we'll see. Thanks, Gary.
Top man. Right, George Hurst is back in the starting lineup, but before he made his way into the changing room, Town TV's Howard Bloom caught up with the striker.
Hursty back from injury and back into the team today. How excited to get back out there?
Yeah, very excited. Obviously, no, fortunately, it wasn't too much of a bad injury. It was just a case of, you know, being in the gym for a couple of weeks and getting it back right. But yeah, feel good, feel ready to go, and yeah, ready to be back out there.
What's the week in training been like for yourself and the group?
Yeah, really good. Despite the weather, it's been pretty wet, but you know, we've got a lot of good work in. Blackburn, we've played them a couple of times this season now. We know what they're all about, and so we've just been, you know, putting ourselves in the best position to go into this game and, you know, deliver a better performance than we have done probably the last 2 times we've played them.
Yeah, what do you expect from Blackburn this afternoon?
Going to be aggressive. It's going to be a tough game. Very man-to-man, especially the first 2 times we played them. So, you know, it's not easy. There's going to be times where we're trying things and, you know, it's not working because ultimately they do cause teams problems, and it's just about, you know, sticking with it, not getting too, you know, disheartened when things aren't paying off or whatever it may be. So, yeah, just sticking to what we want to do, and yeah, hopefully that'll get us a result.
We picked up some real momentum here at Portman Road, but how do we keep that going today?
Same again, just intensity. You know, be aggressive. Every duel, every second ball, every chance we get to, you know, put the opposition under pressure. Then I think we do that, and I think we do that from the first minute to the last minute. I think we've been brilliant with that. I think the fans can see that, and yeah, just have a quick start and yeah, follow that up with another 90 plus minutes of, you know, solid football.
Good luck today.
Nice one, thank you.
Thanks for that, Howard. And George Hurst, who starts up front this afternoon, recovering from that groin injury. The atmosphere is starting to build here at Portman Road as we get closer to kick-off. Adam, how do you see Ipswich getting all 3 points this afternoon? George spoke about intensity.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say a fast start. You know, get the crowd on your side. An early goal would be really nice, but you know, a real good solid tackle or a chance or something to get everyone really moving in the crowd. So the fast start for me is vital, and an early goal would be great.
The supporters are going to play a key role in today's game. We talked about the patience in and around the box. We know that sometimes fans can sometimes just go shoot, but that patience and support from the fans as well will be much needed.
Definitely, I think, you know, like we say, an early goal would help and it calms everybody down and then draws Blackburn out as well. But I think, you know, the play recently and the games that we've won has been patience. You know, the style of football you see with Philigine's couple of goals, you know, it's just nice football around the box, waiting for that opportunity to come.
Yeah, and Adam, it's the second home game of 3 at Portman Road. We're back here on Tuesday night under the lights, so it's key to get that momentum as well to continue into that game on Tuesday against Bristol City.
Yeah, of course, you know, momentum's vital in football, you know, and 3 home games, you know, if we could get 9 points, I mean, that's utopia, but, you know, it's something within our grasp, I think. It's not something that we can't reach for. Yeah, 3 tough games, as I said earlier in the Championship, there's no easy games, but it'd be really good to get 3 points today to set that foundation.
And before we go, Scully, as well, we'll get your predictions very shortly, but obviously the transfer window is open. You're a man in the know as well all the time, but do you feel like Town need to strengthen anywhere? Because we've spoken so much about the squad depth we've got, and everyone knows what their roles are now. We don't want any more disruptions.
Well, the squad is big. The squad is, you know, they've got 2 players in every position, so we're extremely lucky. I think look, everybody likes to see a new signing, gives everybody a lift, but I think it has to be the right fit, you know, and that's both financially and, you know, does it come in? I think Kiefer Moore gave a little bit of a lift 2 years ago when he came in as a loan option for 6 months, but there's no need to chase a player, I don't think, unless it is the right player.
Yeah, absolutely right. Kick-off is just around the corner. Adam, let's get your match prediction for today's game against Blackburn Rovers.
3-0.
3-0. Scully?
I'll go 2-0.
Brilliant. Well, I'll take either one of those, as I'm sure you Town fans will as well. Right, a reminder, £10 match passes are available to international supporters in all regions, so do go and grab one of those if you can. If you can't, Town TV subscribers you'll have the brilliant commentary team of Glenn Wheeler and our very own Adam Tanner. I'm looking forward to listening to that one. Town fans, thank you for watching, and a big thank you to our headline digital partner, Fleximize. We'll see you all very soon on Tuesday night. Goodbye.
Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
When we started this, did we ever think we'd have a partnership with a football club? Absolutely not. This is beyond our wildest dreams. We pretty much exclusively hire graduates at Halo. We're very proud of our Suffolk roots. Halo's a pretty passionate, positive, enthusiastic place generally, but when you've also got what's going on at the football club, and it's just lending passion and enthusiasm.